In this video, we are going to discuss what are different types of machine learning. In the previous video, we saw that model, training data, test data, dependent variable and independent variable are the basic elements of machine learning approach. The dependent variable and independent variable is also known through different names, and that's why before starting the different types of machine learning, we are going to see what are other names for independent variable and the dependent variable. The independent variable is also known as sometimes as the input variable, and dependent variable is also known as sometimes as the output variable. The second name that is given to the independent variable, particularly when you are performing a prediction task, the independent variable the independent variables are known as predictors, while the dependent variables are known as the response variable. But the third name that is given to the independent variable when particularly you are performing any control experiments such as in the field of medicines, then that variable is known as control variable. Independent variable is known as the control variable, whereas the dependent variable is known as the predicted variable. When you are performing a regression kind of activity in statistics and in the business analysis, then the independent variable is known as the regressor and dependent variable is known as regressand. When you are performing the correlation analysis in business analysis and the statistics, the independent variable is known as covariate, whereas the dependent variable is known as the criterion. In machine learning and in the image processing field particularly, independent variable and the independent variable is known as the feature variables or the features, whereas the dependent variables are known as the response variables or the labels. Also, sometimes the independent variable is known as the manipulated variable and the dependent variable is known as the measured variable. So there are multiple names that is given to the independent variable and the dependent variable in the literature that we are going to refer for this lecture for the subject of machine learning. One of the important thing that we need to remember is that the independent variables, whenever we want to study the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable, the independent variables are always taken on the x-axis, and whereas the on the y-axis the values of the dependent variables are plotted. So the so these things should be remembered while plotting the while studying the relationship between the dependent variable and the independent variable. Now we are going to see what are different types of formal definitions of the machine learning. In the literature, there are two widely known definitions of machine learning are available. The first definition is given by Arthur Samuel, who has developed the checker program. The checker is a game like checker is a board game like chess, and he says that the machine learning is a field of study that gives computers the ability to learn. Focus here on the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. See, the in the previous experiment, experiment of Ohm's law experiment, we have used a model, but we have not written the program to calculate uh, for the calculate the value of current when we have adopted the machine learning approach. So that is called as explicitly being programmed for that. But this program does not this definition does not elaborate on what does it mean by ability to learn. So definition, the second definition talks about what does it mean by ability to learn. The second definition of the machine learning is given by Tom Mitchell, who says that a computer program is said to learn. See here, the Tom Mitchell tries to define what does it mean by learning. So a computer program is said to learn from experience E with respect to some class of tasks T and performance measure P if its performance of task in T as measured by P improves with experience E. See how we as a human being learn. We as a human being learn from experience. We tries to learn from experience, and whenever new situation comes we compare the new situation with our previous experience and we perform the action. The same thing happens in the machine learning approach. The experience E is captured by the training dataset, and the test data set are the new situation. And how the knowledge is represented through models. So this definition tries to capture the intuition behind human learning. So in the machine learning also, the three important components of the machine learning by this definition are as like: first one is the experience, second one is the task, and third one is the performance. Now let us try to see what does it mean by experience, task, and performance with respect to different tasks. Now let us take here the first example of a task as playing checkers game. Now in the playing checkers game, the task of playing checkers is the task, and here the experience is the experience of playing many games of checkers. And how the performance is measured: the probability that the program will win the next game. So by that means the performance of this task is measured. So always whenever you want to build a machine learning model, you need to able to identify what task what task you are going to build a model. What does it mean by experience in that context, and what does it mean by performance in that particular task? So these three things here we need to identify. And in this particular case, that is the playing checkers, the task is the task of playing checkers is the experience of playing mini games of checkers. And the performance is measured. How the performance is measured: the performance is measured by the probability that the program will win the next game. Now, let us take another example. Now, here what I am trying to do is that again here I am trying to identify what does it mean by experience, task, and performance with a specific task of employability. Here the task is labeling a particular graduate student that is studying in the final year is employable or the non-employable. We have seen that in the previous session we have seen that we are going to define the employability by using three different measures like CGPA, communication skills, and the programming aptitude, and we are labeling the students as employable or the non-employable one. And here the task is that labeling of the graduate as a employable or non-employable is the task. Now, what does it mean by experience? Experience means how many number of students that we have observed, which has these, how they perform on these three different parameters like CGPA, communication skill, programming aptitude, and whether they are employable or not. So these sets of observations forms the experience. We call it as the training data set also. Now, what does it mean by performance in this context? The performance means that accuracy of predictions, means whatever the prediction that we are going to make, whether it is the correct or not. So that kind of accuracy is called as the is defined defines the performance for this particular task. Now let us take third example that we have from our previous video, that is the finding the electric current by building a machine learning model. In that case, a set of observations E forms the a set of observation, that is the training data set, forms our experience. Now the task is finding the electric current for unobserved voltage parameter is the task, and here again the performance is measured by the accuracy of the prediction. So these are the three different examples in which we have identified what does it mean by experience, task, and the performance. So experience, task, and performance forms a triangle which defines the machine learning approach. Now, about there are different types of machine learning algorithms are there. The machine learning algorithms are typically classified in three different categories. The first one is the supervised kind of algorithm. The second one is unsupervised machine learning algorithm, and the third is the um, reinforcement machine learning algorithm. The supervised machine learning algorithms are driven by the task. Unsupervised algorithms are driven by the data, and the reinforcement tasks are driven by the mistakes. We are going to see what the differences between these different types of machine learning algorithms. Here let us discuss the difference between the supervised machine learning algorithm and unsupervised machine learning algorithm. In case of the supervised machine learning algorithm, there is a training data set is present, and in this training data sets there are two different things are present. We call it as the input variable and the output variable, or the independent variable and the dependent variable, or features or the labels. So in this case, the training data set has two components. The training data set has two components: input input label, input data, and the output labels. Input features and the output features are there. So if these kinds of data is available for the training, for training a particular model, then that kind of machine learning approach is called as the supervised machine learning approach. Now here what I have given, that here there are set of bunches of apples are there, and each fruit is labeled whether it is the apple or not. So if it is such kinds of labeling is done for the input data, then that is the supervised algorithm, and whenever there is new instance of the apple comes, it will label it as the apple. So this is the example of a supervised machine learning. In our case of employability prediction, that is again the example of a supervised machine learning, in which we have labeled each graduate with labels like whether it is employable one or non-employable one. So if the dependent variables are labeled, then in that case that kind of machine learning algorithm is called as the supervised machine learning algorithm. Now in case of the unsupervised machine learning algorithm, there is no labeling is present. And now see here, there are different instances of fruits are there, like banana, apple, but they are not labeled with each other. Now, what the purpose of the machine learning model is to observe the similarity that is present in the input data or the training data set, and group that data in different groups. Now here, based upon the similar shape and the size, the fruits are arranged in two different groups. What it is called as the apple, and another group is called as the banana. So if there are no labels, the main characteristics of the unsupervised machine learning algorithm is that the data is not labeled, and the unsupervised machine learning algorithm works based upon similarity function, means the using the similarity that is present in the input data set. The input data set is partitioned or categorized or cluster or group in different groups. So those, if the algorithm, the purpose of algorithm is to group the input data into different categories, then that is known as the unsupervised machine learning algorithm. Whereas in case of the supervised machine learning algorithm, the supervised machine learning algorithm, the training data set is there. The training data set is labeled. Each instance of the training data set is labeled instance, and the objective of the machine learning algorithm is to identify a relation in between the input features and the output label. Now, in case of the unsupervised machine learning algorithm, the training data set is there. Training data set is not labeled. The objective of the unsupervised machine learning algorithm is to group the input training data set in different groups based upon some similarity. Observe the similarity and the group the input data in different groups. So like here, for example, the apples are grouped in one group, bananas are grouped in another group. So that is the functioning of the supervised and the unsupervised machine learning algorithm. Now the third type of machine learning algorithm is the reinforcement algorithm. Now the reinforcement algorithm, there is a in case of the reinforcement algorithm, there is a program which we call it as the machine learning, which we call it as the machine learning agent. It is not explicitly programmed, and now this agent works on the environment. Agent and environment are the two main components of the reinforcement learning. Now, this agent, like our human being, these agents are the software agents. Now, these agents take some actions on the environment, which modifies the environment, and the environment is modeled or the represented by through these states. If the agent takes the appropriate action, then he gets reward, and if the agent fails to take the appropriate action, then the agents are punished. So this is the working of the reinforcement algorithm. So the reinforcement algorithms are typically used in playing games. Now suppose that a program agent is playing game with a human agent like chess. If the agent takes the appropriate legal move, then the agent is rewarded. If the agent takes a wrong legal move, then the agent is punished. So this is the working of the reinforcement algorithm. In the reinforcement algorithm, the main elements are agent and the environment. Agent modifies the environment by taking particular action. The environment is represented by the state, which is continuously changing, which changes when the agent takes the action. And if the agent takes the correct or the appropriate action, then the agent gets reward. If the agent fails to perform the appropriate action, agent gets punished. So this is the working of the reinforcement learning algorithm. And the reinforcement learning algorithms are particularly used. One example of application of the reinforcement algorithm is the game playing, like for example the chess. Now there is another way of classifying machine learning algorithm, that is based upon what kinds of assumptions a machine learning algorithm takes while building the model. If now see, in mathematics you might have studied that there are different types of mathematical functions are there, like for example linear function, square function, then exponential function, absolute function, the logarithmic function. These are the different kinds of mathematical functions are there. Now if the machine learning algorithm, and we have seen that the purpose of the machine learning algorithm is to learn the model. And what does it mean by the model? Model is nothing but a function which maps the input variable into the output variable. Now, if while building such a model, if the machine learning algorithm makes certain kinds of assumptions about shape of the function, then that kind of algorithms are called as the parametric algorithm. What does it mean by here by the shape of the function? The shape of the function means whether the function is linear, whether the function is the quadratic one, whether the function is logarithmic one. So that is the different kinds of shapes of the function. If The machine learning algorithm, while building a model, it assumes a certain kind of shape of the function. Then that kind of algorithm are called as the parametric algorithm. Now, most of the widely made assumption while learning a particular model is it assumes that the input and the output variables are related through a linear function. Like for example, y equal to mx plus c. Now this is a very general equation for the linear function which takes more than one variable. So majority of the machine learning algorithm takes assumptions that the relationship between the input variable and the output variable is a linear one. If certain kinds of such kinds of assumptions are made by the machine learning algorithm, so that kind of algorithms are called as the parametric algorithm. And when no such assumptions are made by machine learning algorithm, then that kind of algorithms are called as the non-parametric algorithms. Non-parametric machine learning methods do not make any explicit assumptions about the functional form of f, whether it is a linear, non-linear, or like that. But the parametric assumptions make it parametric methods make the assumption that there are certain kinds of mathematical function is there which is now particularly the linear function. So these are the another way based upon whether the machine learning algorithm makes the assumptions or not. Based upon that, there are two different kinds of machine learning methods are there. One is called as the parametric method and another is called as the non-parametric method. So these are this chart summarizes different types of machine learning algorithm. The one most there are based upon there are one way of classifying the machine learning algorithm is that machine learning algorithm is supervised, in which case the data set is labeled. Another way of classifying the machine learning algorithm is the unsupervised, in which the data set is not labeled. And the third type of machine learning algorithm is the reinforcement machine learning algorithm, which makes the assumption which works upon by punishing the agents if it makes a wrong move and by rewarding the agent if it takes the correct move. Another way of classifying the machine learning algorithm is based upon that whether the machine learning algorithm is making any kind of assumptions with respect to the mapping or the functions in between the input variables and the output variables. If it is making certain kinds of assumption, that kind of algorithms are called as the parametric assumptions. And if the machine learning method is not making any such kinds of assumptions, then that methods are called as the non-parametric method. Thank you.